check. Audio check.
Mic check.
Football is back.
Mm-hmm.
It is week 1. It is 8 o'clock, and it is the Fly Degenerates show. Welcome to the show. Chiefs, Lions. We finally got here. It's been a long summer. It's been a long, however many, I guess, 8 months, 7 months. However long it's been too long, and we are finally back. We've got Chiefs, Lions. We've got no Travis Kelce. We're going to do a quick review of the final episode of Hard Knocks. We're going to revisit, revise, and cement our full season picks and predictions for every division. And you'll have to wait for the picks of the week. We will make them tonight, but we will broadcast them on Saturday before the Sunday games.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, how are we feeling, fellas?
Good, baby. We're back. It's officially the pick show. The Fly Degenerates pick show is back. It's finally it's no longer the show. It's Fly Degenerates pick show is back. You know what I mean? I'm excited.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
You smell that pigskin in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Love the smell of pigskin. Always have. But, so, speaking of pigskins, we'll start out with the final episode of Pigskin that will be infiltrating the HBO Max or wherever it is nowadays. We closed out Hard Knocks, and we will close out the Jets preseason with that. And I got to call you out, Flex. This is how we're going to start
right
here.
now.
We got to start here.
Uh-oh.
Now, this doesn't really have to do with Hard Knocks, but I did want to bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's your boy, Aaron Rodgers. Okay. I seem to notice that, we have a group chat. Flex is normally not shy about sharing Jets propaganda in the group chat, no matter how much nobody wants it, but he's not shy about it, and I appreciate you for that. But however, anytime that there's some type of Jets news or story or social media, something that we find out about it usually, right? Whether it's a chain being given, Woody Johnson with a chain. I saw Aaron Rodgers was at the U.S. Open, right? And I saw that he was posting on Instagram about it. But I have somehow that eluded Flex. Did he not see it? Because I didn't get your take on what was going on there. Did you not see it?
Listen, I saw it, right? But at first, I didn't know if it was somebody who because they scribbled out the thing. I didn't know if it was, honestly, I'll be 100%.
They scribbled out? No, he scribbled out.
Yes, I know. But I didn't know that at the time. And then I just forgot until they brought it up. Until today that they came out with that he said something about it was ridiculous about the not letting an athlete who takes care of his body, something like that.
I don't know. I don't know. What's this?
Let me see.
They weren't serving shrooms at the fucking US Open.
No.
They weren't? Oh. I would have thought it was BYOS. No, he would have brought him himself.
He said, because this was on IG as well. I'm not on IG, but
he's not on IG. That's why. Because I didn't even see it on IG. I saw it on Twitter. I didn't see it from him. I don't follow him.
I'm just saying,
because I saw it because it was trending on Jets Twitter. But I guess you're not a part of Jets Twitter. So.
Well, I block a lot of people on Jets Twitter.
Yeah, so that's understandable how you might have missed that.
So it says, I think that anybody looking at the situation realizes how ridiculous it was to not allow him into the country with his level of fitness and the way he takes care of his body. So he kind of
an interview?
I guess. Yeah. No, I think it was on Instagram that he posted it too. I'm reading it just because the story popped up on Twitter.
Well, we don't got to spend too much time on it.
The first time I saw it, honestly, I was like, oh God, here we Is he gonna start this thing again?
That's the thing, is that I just felt like, yo, bro, like we already know where you stand. That was just, it felt mad unnecessary to me, bro. Like, yo, just go watch the game, support Djokovic. You want to post a picture of him? No vax and crossing out Moderna. That just seems so petty and unnecessary to me.
Yeah,
We know where you at, bro. We don't need, you don't need to like like, bro, for the Jets fans, for the sake of the Jets, that's completely unnecessary to make a story out of that for no reason.
Yeah, because but that's what I'm saying. Like at first when I saw it, I didn't even glanced at it, and it looked so childish that's why I thought that somebody, like it was somebody just like scribbling it out, like they screenshot and like you could scribble it like that.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
can't
why
lie. I had to check to make sure that he would actually.
you see. So when I
it.
saw it, and I was like, oh god, like, and I was just like, oh whatever. Like I shrugged it off, and then like because at the same time it's like, yo, what? It's not. This is not even a thing anymore. They don't require you to do. You're not required to be vaccinated anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
Anything.
Like it's over. Like it's over. Now you're just keeping the story going for no reason. Like we already know
exactly.
where it's at.
So,
we know where you stand. They let this dude into the country. He's playing the U.S. Open. He's competing for the the Grand Slam. Like let him do his thing. You're here with the Jets. We're not dealing with fucking the Packers no more. It's a new day, bro. Like let's move on. Like this is the guy who wears the cherish the day moment, whatever the hell hat he's trying to promote. Bro, focus on now. We don't got to worry about that. That's old news.
Yeah, especially like if it was like a pick that like after the match or whatever, he was like with him or whatever, and was like showing support, like he would have been, he would have had the record already.
Yeah, like even if he would have said something like that, I would have understood that more.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like I shrugged it off because I was like, okay, this is stupid. And it looked kind of like, I don't know, like maybe because the account that I saw it on Twitter isn't like one of these big accounts, you know what I'm saying? So it was like I kind of like looked at it and kind of like shrugged it off and didn't really think about it again until it popped up, until like people were talking about it and it popped up again. But I didn't see anything like, there wasn't like a thing that was really like sendable, because it wasn't like, it didn't, like, honestly, it didn't even turn into a story, which you would think that it would have turned into a bigger story, like just in general.
It's funny, though. I got to give him credit for that too, because the fact that he has done this, and honestly, I don't even know if it's so much to what he has done. It's just that the fact that the media and this big bad New York media that gets this reputation. Oh, how's Rogers gonna deal with the media? Bro had him. He had all the media eating out of his hands the first day he showed up here.
He's dealing with you.
Stop it. Get out of here. Get out of here. Like that.
You guys are eating out of the palm of his hands because you guys never been around a superstar like him. Like everybody's on eggshells. Like, yo, nigga, shut up, man. Y'all love to talk shit because normally y'all talking shit about low hanging fruit, with Geno Smith or like Joe Judge or what's the dude that
Yo, my man Joe Judge.
with the suit.
No slander to Joe Judge.
Who was the dude with the suit?
Gentleman.
McAdoo.
McAdoo, yeah.
Oh
yeah, like when it's low hanging, like they love to like
bury him.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's easy when you're doing it like that, but none of these dudes really want to go act like a dude that like has power, because then they don't want to talk. That he doesn't want to talk to you and all that shit. And all these people, they're all phonies. They love the tough guy. They love the tough guy like reputation. You know what I'm saying? But they're only tough is like. They're only tough when it's like third graders, you know what I'm saying? Like when it's the senior high school football players, you know what I'm saying? They're not that tough no more.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, I mean, he did have this U.S. Open situation, and I mean, maybe the reason why he didn't get vaccinated, I think we finally found that out in Hard Knocks, because I think it's because he had this experience with the aliens, with the UFOs. Now, Word Life, you did not see Hard Knocks, correct? Okay, Aaron Rodgers sat down and he told this whole story about how when he came to New York for the draft, I think he said that was his first time in New York, right?
Yeah, but he was in New Jersey, I think.
Well, no, but look, he came for the reason why he was here was for the draft. Well, whether it doesn't matter if it was his first time or not, but he was.
I'm curious. What was that? What was the year that we tried to get into the draft and we got to the door and got denied?
I just remember that we took all of our weapons and we had to stash them in the bushes.
In
I
the
don't remember.
bushes.
I don't remember what year that was, but I remember that we all foolishly had mad weapons on us. And as we're walking to the door of the garden, we're like, "Oh wait, there's metal detectors. We can't get in with this." So we hid.
We
them
can't
in the
get in
bushes.
with fucking knife. We're like with chain with
We can't
fucking
get in there with weapons?
necklace knives.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, if you hit it under your belly
Youth
fat,
is wasted on the young. But yeah, so he said that he was there for the draft. Well, yeah, he was there for the draft, and he was staying with one of his college friends in who lived in Jersey, and that he said that one night while he was staying there, that there was, I think he said there was a loud noise, a siren type of noise, and he got up at like 4 a.m. and he went downstairs, and then I guess that his friend and some other guy heard it too, so they went outside and they were looking up, and he said it was like Independence Day, like out of the clouds, this huge spaceship, and he said that he was sitting there looking at it, and then I forget how he said that the story ended, but I guess they just disappeared or went away or whatever. And then he said, yeah, so we saw, I don't know if it was definitely unidentified, and it was definitely flying, and it was a big object.
I don't know. I don't know what it was, but it was.
Yeah.
It was U, it was F, and it was O. I don't know what it was.
So maybe that experience is somehow connected to his, some of his skepticisms when it comes to the government and pharmaceutical companies and all that type of thing. Maybe.
Yeah.
Just
that makes sense.
But as far as the Hard Knocks, though, my quick take on it is that I feel like these last 2 episodes have both been more of what I was expecting it to be earlier on. I think it just took a long time to get there. I feel like we got 2 Hard Knocks episodes and then 3 episodes of whatever the hell else it was. But I don't know. It was not particularly consequential. I'm trying to think if there was anything that I... Like them going to see the musical, I thought that was very cool and very Hard Knocksy. Yeah, that was it. I don't know. I thought that was cool. I thought that CJ Uzama seems like a real character, man. I don't know why we didn't get to see him until the end, and he's getting his hair dyed and all. He just he seems like an interesting character. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean. I've said it before. I think the timing, they screwed up because of the reluctance of all the teams wanted to be on it. And I just think it threw off the timing. It didn't give them enough, to build up stories. You got a mishmash of whatever it was that was there. They documented it and tried to make stories out of it, with as much as they could, but they had limited time, you know what I'm saying, limited, more limited access, obviously, and that's what you got.
All right, so I know you didn't see it, but your just general take on Hard Knocks as we close it out.
It's funny, I went to look for it.
I know you said that you actually said that you liked the first episodes better than the 4th one that we thought was good.
Yeah, I think that's the last one I saw, the 4th one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's whatever. Like, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's a good appetizer before the season. Like it's always like it's always been. Like the only thing I do miss is kind of more like the getting to know the players, and then kind of like wishing it was almost like wishing they made the team, or I like this character, I hope he makes the team, and then he doesn't. Like,
well, that was, I think you got more of that this last episode that you missed. Yeah, like
I saw I saw Rap didn't make the team and shit.
Well, they did a whole thing with Tanzel Smart too, that he got
really?
cut, and then he ended up making the practice squad.
Okay.
So yeah, they did that, but I just like you said, I thought that we were gonna get more of that earlier on. It just took them forever to get there. But whatever, it is what it is. It's over, and we don't need it anymore. I know that the ratings were good, but
oh, were they?
Yeah, according to Max, I don't even know how those streaming. I know that those streaming ratings can be very fuzzy, so who knows. But so nobody's picking tonight's game as a part of the picks for the week, correct?
Nope.
Yeah, I guess not.
But I like the Chiefs.
The game hasn't started.
Yeah.
No.
Why is it not started? I'm happy it's not, but
No, they're running out of the. Like they're literally right now running out of the.
Yeah, I see it. I'm watching.
All right, so nobody's picking this game, but you say you like the Chiefs. At what number? Or are you just saying you like the Chiefs to win?
The cover?
What is it, 4 right now? I took a money line. They'll probably win by 3. So I mean,
so you would take. So it sounds like you would take the Lions on the spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
they've always been getting. I think they started out getting. I took them at 7.5. I got 7.5. Now I think they're at 4.5.
At that number, really? At that number, I would have liked
not even a half. They're the 4
Lions.
Flat.
At that number, I would have liked the Lions, but I just think, like it's the hype is. I think the hype is a little bit overblown, man. Like people forget it's Jared Goff, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Jared Goff.
It is Jared Goff.
Speaking of overhyped, I think we should revisit the division winners, and the Lions weren't even as hyped when we originally did these picks as they are now. They were still, the hype had already started, but now I feel like it's increased more and more with each week.
Yeah.
So, actually, you know what? It's time. Yeah, we gotta put it. All right. So, revisiting division picks. Should we go? We'll go division by division. I'll tell you who we all picked, and then we can all decide if we're gonna stay or we're gonna come off. Cool?
Yep, sounds good.
Division out.
I like division out. So, beginning with the AFC North.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's start with the NFC North since we're already talking about the Lions. Beginning with the NFC North, Flex took the Detroit Lions to win the NFC North. I took the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, excuse me, the Green Bay Packers. Spoiler alert for who I took to win the South. I took the Green Bay Packers to win the NFC North. And Word Life also took the Detroit Lions to win the NFC North. Are you division or you division out on the Lions?
Oh, me?
Either of you.
I'm division out on the Lions. Too much. It's a lot overkill. Okay. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do like the team and Dan Campbell, but like the defense, the defense didn't do that much. I mean,
the defense didn't do that much. They were dreadful.
No, I'm saying to upgrade.
Oh, to improve.
To improve that defense. So I don't know. I think it's just overhyped. I know he's a character. You know, like I just, you know what I'm saying? Like I just don't. It went overblown. Like it was a nice story. You know, when they're talking about 9, 10 wins, but like multiple people are taking them to go to the Super Bowl. Like, come on, relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, enough. Like it got out of hand. So I think I'm switching that to the Vikings.
Vikings.
They're the Vikings or division.
Damn, man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna stick there with the Lions, man.
Okay, sticking with the Lions.
I made a compelling argument.
Excellent.
Yeah, because I was gonna switch it to it, and I was gonna switch it to the Vikings too. So I was like, fuck, I can't do that.
Okay.
You get first on the next one. NFC South.
Okay, NFC South.
NFC South. You took
what we got?
You took Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I took the Falcons, as I mentioned in the last division we did. And Flex took the Carolina Panthers. So we got a 3-way split. Word Life, are you sticking with the Tampa Bay Bucks to win the NFC South?
I'm out on the Bucks, man. I'm out on the Bucks.
Out on the Bucks. Ouch.
Yeah. Division out.
Damn.
But
so.
Yeah, yep. And I think I'm gonna go with with the Saints just to, I think that's the favorite right now. So yeah, I think the Saints, man, all around, I think that's probably the best team on paper, um, both offense and defensive. So
Yeah, and when we made these picks, this was so early in the offseason. It was before they had gotten before they got
exactly.
Derek Carr. We didn't know who the
hmm
quarterback was going to be.
hmm We thought Winston, so that's why neither of us, that's why nobody picked him. Picked them.
Flex, are you division or division out on the Carolina
See,
Panthers?
I'm glad to see it. Like Cheeks, you picked first, but we would have had the same switch again. Because I also, I'm division on the Saints now. Like seeing that offensive line. I mean, granted, I guess it was against the Jets defensive line, but man, like last year that offensive line wasn't that good. I mean, Ike Ekwonu, like the first round pick from last year, like you would have thought that I think he was the fifth or sixth overall pick. No, it had to be six because of Kayvon. But I thought he would look better, and he didn't. So I mean, with a small quarterback like that, he's he's susceptible to get injured. So now I took him a couple steps down, and now with Derek Carr, you say what you want, but that's a stacked team in that division, and like there's a defense always shows up, and the offensive line is pretty good. So I got to go with the Saints, and the Panthers coming in second, tied for second.
Bro, Carr's like the third best quarterback in the NFC. like,
That's
like,
what
That's
you know
wild.
what I'm saying.
that's fucking nuts.
It's it's crazy, and it's not. I say you're not like it's not outlandish to think so either. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Yeah, I got a nice futures bet on. I think I got it at minus 140 for Derek Carr to lead the division in passing yards. I just feel like that's not even fair to get it that close to even money when you're going up against Ritter, rookie Bryce Young, and Baker Mayfield. You got the other three guys might not even finish the season as the starter.
Mm-hmm.
So, while I agree with both of you on the Saints, just to be different, I'm going to stay with the Falcons. I don't have any analysis or reasoning behind it. I know that there's been a lot of preseason hype for the Falcons.
Yeah, they're a sexy pick.
Yeah, they're a sexy pick. I'm not fully sold on them, but if everything that I've been hearing and reading about how great of a coach Arthur Smith is, and about how Bijan Robinson is going to just completely take over and maybe lead the league in rushing, we'll stay with the Falcons and we'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
NFC East, oof, this is a big one. This is a big one.
Some would say a giant one.
A giant one.
Yeah.
Yes, well done. But unfortunately, none of us picked the Giants to win the Giant Division competition. We have two people on the Cowboys. Flex and I both picked the Cowboys to win the division. Word Life going with the repeat Philadelphia Eagles to win the division. Flex, are you division or division out on the Dallas Cowboys as we approach the season opener on Sunday? Excuse me, Monday. They're playing Monday, right? No. They're Sunday and the Jets.
No, that's Sunday night.
Sunday.
This is why, this is why when you get information, you have to change the pick. So I'm division out on the Cowboys as well, man. I don't see it. I still think they'll be a good team, but I mean, the team is not that different than it was last year, and Dak Prescott, fine. I still have him winning 10 games, but it's still the Eagles division.
Word Life. Flex says it is the Eagles division. Do you still agree? Eagles division. Division out or division on the Eagles?
Man, I fucking McCarthy is what really wants me to stay with fucking to stay division with the Eagles. Fuck, man. But I'm gonna go division out, man. I'm gonna go to Cowboys, man. Me and Flex gonna do a switcheroo.
Switch.
Fantastic.
Switcheroo.
I love it.
Yeah, we're gonna do a switcheroo. I don't trust McCarthy. Just a quick thing. I don't trust him, but man, I think that Dallas defense is gonna be lights out, man. It's gonna be a premier defense in the league, and it's gonna be tough to beat them. So,
Wow. So we have one man dropping the Eagles, another man picking them up. One man dropping the Cowboys, another one picking them up. And we have one man who is loyal and is going to stay with the Cowboys. Big Cowboy fan I am. No, I just feel like the Eagles, I don't want to say I'm not sold on them. I am sold that they're a good team. I'm just not sold that they're going to run through the NFC the same way they did last year. I don't think they're going to be as good as they were last year. And I think that there were a couple of games that the Eagles played last year that I watched, and it just seemed like there were some warts and some holes that started to kind of get figured out towards the end of the season. They were ultimately able to overcome everything and make it to the Super Bowl. But, I mean, that Super Bowl run, there was some light games there. I mean, they didn't exactly have to defeat a juggernaut to win the NFC Championship game. That was like a mulligan, really. So I'm gonna stick with the Cowboys. I think that, and that division. I mean, how many years in a row has it been somebody different wins the division? That division, it just seems like nobody repeats. So,
yep.
We shall see. Now, NFC West. 2 people on the Niners, 1 person on the Geno Smith bandwagon.
Mm-hmm.
I took the Seahawks. You guys both took the 49ers. The now Trey Lance-less 49ers. I think when we made this picks, we were expecting Trey Lance to finally have a full season as a starter, and now he's no longer even on the team. So, where are you guys with the 49ers? Are we still division or division out on the 49ers? I will kill the suspense and tell you, I'm not changing. I'm sticking with the Seattle Seahawks.
So you're division.
I am division. So much so that before we got started, I told you that I have them as my division parlay bet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm sticking with the 49ers. I don't think they're going to win as many games. It's going to come down to like the last couple of weeks, because I got the 49ers and Seahawks 1-2, one winning 11 and the other one winning 10 games. So it's going to be close, but I just think that defense is overwhelming. They got stars everywhere, and Brock Purdy doesn't really have to do that much. They put the ball in the hands of the playmakers and let that defense take over. I still think they win it.
Yeah, I'm division with the Niners. Sam Darnold's gonna lead them to the division.
Darnold! Wow.
Yep.
How about that? A Darnold comeback story. So now, Geno Smith ended up winning Comeback Player of the Year, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So will Sam Darnold win? Will he be Comeback Player of the Year this year?
It's between 3 people.
No, it's not.
Rodgers. It's
one person.
It's Rodgers, Sam Darnold, or Zach Wilson. Either those 3.
How can it be between Rodgers and Zach Wilson? That I don't understand. It will hands down, without a doubt, be DeMar Hamlin. So it's not between 3 people. It's between 1 person.
Hands down.
There you go.
And as I already said, I'm going to stick with Seattle. So, and you're staying with San Francisco, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right. So that closes out the NFC. Should we do as the NFC wild cards? I had San Fran, Philadelphia, and the Detroit Lions as my 3 wild cards in the NFC. Flex, you had Seattle, Philadelphia, who you now have winning the division, and the Minnesota Vikings, who you also now have winning the division. So, are you bumping Detroit and Dallas down to the wild card spots, or are you down enough on them that they fall out completely?
No, in the wild card. The Lions, I had them winning the tiebreaker over the Giants. I think they both win 9 games. I think they both win 9 games, and they hold the tiebreaker over the Giants. So I got the Cowboys, the Lions, and the Seahawks as my wild card teams.
Cowboys, Lions, and Seahawks. Oh my. Word life. New York Giants,
Mm-hmm.
Los Angeles Rams,
Mm-hmm.
and Minnesota Vikings. Are you staying with those three as your wild card teams?
Nope.
Say yes, no.
I gotta add Philly in there somewhere. So
Well,
give
that means
me,
you got to take one out.
yeah. So give me Giants, Philly. Uh, who else I had? Rams.
Minnesota.
Give me a mini. Yeah.
Okay. So we're taking the Rams out, bringing them down.
And
Okay.
Cup is out again. By the way.
I know. I saw that he's. He's ruining everything for me because I told y'all before that I had the Rams with a lot of with all the people that have been down on the Rams coming into the season. I had them surprisingly being not good, but good enough to beat their over under. I thought that they would have some fantasy value in Cup and some of the other players there. But if Cup's not there, everything's out the window.
Yep. Basically.
AFC North. Bengals, Browns.
Ooh.
Bengals, Browns.
That sounds hard.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I'll tell you guys both right now. I'm not staying with the Browns.
You division out.
I'm division out on the Browns. Can't do it. I still think that they will be a tough out. I think that they're going to give a lot of people problems. I actually think that they're a little bit underrated in that tough division, but I can't have them winning the division. I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers to win the division.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, that's who I'm going with. It's been too long since my guy Mike Tomlin has regained his place at the top of the heap of the AFC North, and I think that this is the year that he does it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Joe Burrow just signed a contract extension.
Well, if you recall, I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but if you recall when we first did these, I had the Bengals not making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned for that. But are you guys both sticking with the Bengals to be division winners this season?
I am. It's going to be close, that whole division. I got the Bengals winning 12 games. The Ravens got to be in there, and the Steelers. I don't see the Steelers. I just don't see the star power. I mean, I know they're trying to force feed Pickens down everybody's throats, but I don't know. I got Pickett to Pickens. I'm gonna get tired of that really quick. But I don't know. I just don't see the star. I don't see the star power. I know T.J. Watt coming back for the full season. He's a monster, unstoppable. But I don't know. There's too many tough teams to where like TJ Watt is like the MVP of everything. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'll stick with the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm a division with the Bengals.
We know that. That was to be expected. Excellent. AFC South.
Ooh, what we got?
Word Life picked a team that is near and dear to his heart. Not the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Tennessee Titans to win the division. And then Flex and I both took the Jacksonville Jaguars to repeat as division champions. I'll start with you, Word Life. Are you still division on the Tennessee Titans?
Yeah, man, I'm fucking division with the fucking Titans, baby.
You tight in.
No, don't say that too loud. You don't want your neighbors to hear.
Yeah, nah. I'm tightening up the bolts, bro. We in.
Tighten up.
Yep.
All right. Loyalty prevails. Sticking with the Tennessee Titans to win the division. Flex, will you be taking the Tennessee Titans, or will you stick with the Jacksonville Jaguars, or will you surprise everyone and go with the Colts or the Texans?
No, I will stay with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I just think they got a lot of talent, man, and it's not even like it's not like I think that Trevor Lawrence is going to be the the second best quarterback in the league, how some people are predicting, but they just have enough. They just have enough to out talent the teams of their division. They'll probably win at least five games in their division, and then like the rest of they have a pretty weak schedule. So I just think that the path to get to a lot of wins is there. So sticking with the Jaguars.
I gotta tell you, I've become very in on the Titans this offseason. I really have. I can't switch to having them win the division. I'm tempted, though. I think that similar to how I viewed the Rams, I think that a lot of people are a little overly down on the Titans this year. I think people are forgetting about the start that the Titans got out to last year. Were they 7-3, 8-3 to start the season, something crazy like that? And then Tannehill got hurt, and a bunch of other people got hurt, and it all fell apart. But it's hard to rule out a Mike Vrabel coach team. That team plays hard. They play tough. They play good D. But if I'm going to go up against Mike Vrabel, I'm happy to do it with Peterson because I believe in Peterson as a coach. If it wasn't for Peterson, I probably would lean Titans, but I'm gonna stick with the Jags to win the division. But I don't think that the Titans are gonna be any kind of a pushover. I think they win the division maybe by one game, maybe by a tiebreaker, but I don't think it's gonna be a runaway by any stretch. I know that some people have picked the Jaguars to be the number one seed in the AFC, which is just strong, but I can't do it. And now the AFC East. As we can recall, the only one with any guts here to pick the Jets to win the AFC East was this guy right here. I will tell you right now, there is no pick that I've been more confident to stick with than that one. I told you, as we discussed again, that was another one of my preseason where I put my money where my mouth is. I got the Jets winning the division. I got the receipts to prove it, and I'm going to stick with it. And then the other two gentlemen picked the Buffalo Bills to repeat as division champions. Word Life, are you sticking with the Orchard Park faithful? Are you going to light yourself on fire and jump through a table and support the Mafia?
I'm a division out, man.
Oh,
I'm a division
no.
out.
Oh,
Yeah, I think this is a clear.
There is a table right now in a parking lot in Orchard Park weeping as we speak.
Yeah. It pains me to do it. But it only makes sense for me to division out and division in on the Jets, man.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
And I think
Excellent.
yeah. So you were right on that one, I think, and hopefully you'll be right in the future at the end of the season.
Well, we'll see. We shall see. And Mr. Flex himself, is he going to go with the Jets to win the division? Or is he still overcome with fear? Flex, are you division in or division out on the Orchard Park faithful Buffalo Bills to win and dominate the AFC East? As I look at you through a Jets helmet and face mask, I assume that you are division out on the Buffalo Bills.
I'm definitely out, baby.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Excellent.
Wow.
So who are you going with? Patriots? Dolphins?
No, it's the not it's. All right.
Patriots.
The Patriots.
Patriots.
Gotcha.
There you go. Now we're talking, baby. Give me the Jets, baby. Like now everybody's, there's a lot of hatred coming towards the Jets right now, and I think they're going to use that as fuel. Like everybody that's talking about the Jets is talking about how they're sick about talking about the Jets. So then stop talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, shut up. And now it's time. Now they're seeing now they're starting to see a little bit of the swag and a little bit of the roster, how they play and all that. And all they want to talk about is how the O line, everybody's O line is shaky. You know what I'm saying? Like the Patriots traded for 2 offensive linemen last week. We don't have to talk about the Dolphins. They almost got their quarterback killed last year. With Teron Armstead is always out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got our guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here with that. Like the offensive line for the Buffalo Bills doesn't even matter because it's not Josh Allen isn't staying behind it. He's never behind the offensive line. So what does that matter? You know what I'm saying? So get out of here with that. Jets,
got
baby.
two get out of here's with that. Wow. You have to get out of here and then you try to come back in and get out
of here, please, man.
Excellent.
Beautiful.
All right.
Get out of here.
I just want to take credit for the fact that when I picked the Jets to win the division, if you recall, I also predicted that Ryan Tannehill would be their starting quarterback. So nailed it.
But you was right for most of it.
AFC West, the final division, the reigning Super Bowl champion division, Kansas City Chiefs. I took the Los Angeles Chargers. Flex, you took the Chiefs. Word Life, you took the Broncos. Are you still division in on the Denver Broncos?
You know what, man?
On Sean, too many lattes, Peyton.
There's so much controversy in there, man. I want to division out, but I'm gonna stay division on the Broncos and see what happens.
Excellent.
See what happens.
Excellent.
See what happens.
Strong take. See what happens. Flex. Are you sticking with the Chiefs? Are you division on the Travis Kelce-less, Chris Jones-less Chiefs? Or are you division out?
Nah, I'm still in. I'm still division. Like, and they're currently down right now. If something you don't know, they're currently down. On Ross St. Brown just scored a touchdown, 7-0. But I mean, you can't go against Mahomes. I mean, we got to remember, like the Chargers is the second best team I think in the division, but they got Brandon Staley, and as long as they got Brandon Staley, I can't trust them as far as I could throw them. The Raiders, don't trust the Raiders. I don't know what's up there. There's something there's something off with the Raiders. They're sending like they're doing welfare checks on Chandler Jones for some reason. And the Broncos is gonna be a shit show.
And then Max Crosby was throwing shade at Chandler Jones.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So that just highlights locker room division, man. Like,
how could you say that? There's no one who keeps a locker room together like Josh McDaniels.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe. You know?
Shocking that Josh, I'm gonna coach your team. Psych, I'm not gonna coach your team. McDaniels is a divided locker room.
Fact.
Speaking of bad coaches, I'm gonna have to be division out on the Los Angeles Chargers.
Wow.
I thought that maybe they would be headed towards a little bit of a redemption season after the way that they lost that lead and lost that game in Jacksonville last year to end their season, but I can't do it with this Staley guy. I mean, you guys know I love my guy Jonathan Gannon with the Cardinals, but Staley I can't do. Now the question is, I'm definitely not going with the Raiders, but do I want to go Broncos or Chiefs? And I'm going with the Broncos.
Wow.
I'm going with the Denver Broncos to win the division.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about the Travis Kelce situation. I don't think it's a big deal, but I think that he is so important to what they want to do that if he's compromised in any kind of way, that's a big problem for them, especially on when it comes to third down conversions. And as much as I love Pat Mahomes, man, is he gonna be able to, like, you mentioned this when we were talking about Word Life. You mentioned this when we were talking about the fantasy rankings of quarterbacks. While I still think that Patrick Mahomes will have a good fantasy season, and while I still think that he can really do it with any receivers, I mean, how long is he going to be able to keep this rotation of receivers going? I mean, it felt like it took them a while to kind of get their feet under them last season. It felt like they were coming on, like MVS was coming on stronger towards the end of last season. It felt like Juju was finally kind of finding his way towards the end of last season, and now they're going to switch it up again. I don't know. I think Pat Mahomes will still have a good. I think he'll still have a good year. I think that one of those receivers will emerge, but I think between the Travis Kelce injury and the Chris Jones, are they going to have Chris Jones? Because who else do they have on defense? The Chiefs' defense is always kind of a little bit of a, will they be able to do enough for them to win the Super Bowl? Without Chris Jones, it's going to be tough for them. In my mind, I think it's going to be tough for them to make a run. I think that eventually, when you're on top, there has to be some type of regression. I mean, if Mahomes, what he did last year to me was amazing. I didn't think he was gonna have the season he was gonna have last year, and I didn't think they were gonna win the Super Bowl last year. At least, going into it. What he did last year was amazing after losing Tyreek Hill, and I just don't know how many years he can keep that up. And while I'm not huge on the Broncos roster, I do think that it's just the kind of league where there's just so much shaking up. I think the Broncos do still have a good defense, and I think that although I think Sean Payton is overrated as a coach, I still think he's above average as a coach. And I think that sometimes when you just get a new voice, you get a new kind of lease on life for some of these players. They're a little bit more inspired, a little bit more motivated, a little bit more believing in themselves and the team. And, the NFL is just a crazy, crazy biz. I feel like they can't win the division every year, and if it's not going to be the Chiefs, I just can't see how it could be the Raiders. Maybe the Chargers, but if I'm going to pick somebody who's not the Chiefs, I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Yeah, and that's kind of that's how I felt. It's like I don't want to force the pick against the Chiefs, but it's like, I don't know, man. It just seems like at some point it has to end. I'm not saying that they're not going to make it to the playoffs, but as far as like making it easy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's time, and then it's like, who am I go with? The Chargers. It's kind of the same thing as like the Chargers, and you kind of want to have that you want to feel comfortable with the coaching, and like you said, Peyton might not be the greatest, but he knows what it takes to win in the league. So that's basically it.
Yeah. Does he?
I think so. I think he knows what it takes. I mean,
I think he still thinks that those Bill Parcells tactics from.
Listen, you're not going to win anything with bucket hats and sideline interviews.
Exactly.
I know what you're doing.
And sunglasses.
God forbid. God forbid. You got to let the sun burn your fucking retinas right out.
That's
what a real football player does.
Just like Donald Trump. Remember when they said you stare dead at the eclipse, no sunglasses, because that's what a real man does.
That's
burnt retinas and all.
By the end, the only hats allowed on the sideline in Denver Broncos games is "Make America Great Again" hats. That's it. And for the AFC, who are the 3 wild card teams that we have? Flex, you had the Jets, the Ravens, and the Titans. Word Life, you had the Jags, the Chiefs, and the Chargers. And I had the Chiefs, the Steelers, and the Bills. Obviously, I bumped the Steelers up to win the division, and I bumped the Chargers down, but I have the Chargers out of the playoffs. I still have the Chiefs in the playoffs.
I got the Bills, the Ravens, and the Chargers making the playoffs. I just think all these teams they're gonna beat up on the NFC a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna be higher win totals on that side. Um, and 10 you're gonna need 10 wins to get into the playoffs.
Put me with the. So I bumped up. So I'm gonna have to have Ravens. So give me the Ravens. And then what I switched up. I didn't switch anything, right?
No, not in the
No.
AFC. Mm-mm.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't switch
AFC, you
anything.
AFC, you stayed with everybody. Excuse me.
So what is the? Excuse
So
yeah.
who
What
you,
is,
if
what,
you're gonna add the if you're gonna add
oh no,
Baltimore.
I switched to Jets. I switched to Jets. I switched to Jets. I switched to the Jets.
Oh yeah,
so,
yeah, that's right. You had
yeah,
the
yeah.
Bills,
So
but you didn't even have the Jets making the playoffs.
yeah. Well,
So if
that's
you're gonna add Baltimore, that means you're gonna drop out either Jacksonville, the Chargers, or the Chiefs.
yeah. So put the Bills up there. Give me
So you're going
Chiefs.
Bills playoffs as well.
Yep.
So then you got to drop out 2 of those 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So give me Bills, Chiefs.
Bills, Ravens, Chiefs.
No. Yeah. Damn. You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna put Chiefs, Bills, Chargers. You say the
Chiefs,
Chargers
Bills,
squeak
So
in.
no
Yep.
Ravens, no Jags.
Nope. No Ravens, no Jags.
Okay. No Ravens playoffs, no Jags playoffs. Interesting. Wow.
Mhm.
Flex. You said you're sticking with, correct? Oh no, you gave me your swap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I picked the Steelers to make the playoffs, and now I'm bumping them up to win the division. I'm not going to keep the Browns in there. I have the Browns just missing the playoffs. Another one of those kind of Browns. Are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? No. Type of seasons. I feel like they have a lot of those. They should be used to that. I'm going to keep the Chiefs in the playoffs. I'm not going to bring the Chargers. Chargers are missing the playoffs, and Staley's getting fired.
Mm.
So we're keeping the Chiefs. We're keeping the Bills. And my third wild card team is going to be the Titans.
Nice.
Yeah. I just think that should be enough wins in that division for them to get 2 playoff teams.
Definitely.
But I do have Houston being a surprise contender this year.
I got him with 6
I can see
wins.
that. Damn, you did the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta do that.
Okay, so that concludes the predictions. Now, should we go? Do you want to go through the playoffs real quick, or should we save that? We can save that.
Yeah, we can
You can
say
save that. We got time.
All right,
can
we
save
got time. So that's going to conclude the live show. Let's get to watching some football. Everybody, enjoy week
Peace.
1.
So when are we doing the picks?
Picks coming out